All right, we're back here on some of the Prius, 1 out of the 3 from Friday. So 2007, 2012, and a beast that doesn't belong in the mix. Don't even know what year it is, but this was a condenser. You can see the oil shade. I looked for this leak 3 times and I couldn't find it. And finally, after the 4th time, they found it with the shade of the oil. 3 times and I couldn't find that leak. And I know these condensers leak, and I was looking up on these condenser. And finally, after the 4th time, the leak revealed itself. And in this one, I'm just doing a 1 hose method, 1 vacuum pump, 1 hose. I'm pulling vacuum from the low side. I'm going to fill it up with just a container on the high side and a scale. That's all. No gauges, no measurements, no nothing. This is going to be a blow and go. On this one, take a look at the pressures. 2007, 210 PSI, and when the fans kick on high, it'll drop down to 180. There it goes. Fans kicked on high. Fans off at 180. Look at the temperature. 42 degrees. Okay? 42 degrees though, the sensor is in on this car, not on this car. And this is how, when you're done with your car, all the Prius look like this when you're finished. Okay, and talking about the sensor, 42 degrees. 42 degrees out of this dash, 42 degrees out of this dash. Both of them are 42 degrees. It'll take a minute for it to go back down because I just walked outside and it's 67 degrees. But look at the pressure. 180 to 200 PSI. 143 PSI. 31 on the low side. 29 on the low side. But both are 42 degrees. So how can we get exactly the same duct dash temperatures with such drastically different readings? Okay, do not listen to the guys who are telling you go by temperatures, pressures, and they're going to come up with a certain number. So clearly 28 and 31 are several degrees difference, and 180 to 200 is different than 143, but yet we still get the same duct dash temperature. I still have to take the temperature of the compressor discharge line. This was the one with the 2 O-rings. It was in a body shop. Did some repairs, reused old O-rings, it leaked. But the reason, these are both filled to 480 grams, 480 grams, 2007, 2007. But why the difference on the high side pressure? Actually, I believe there's some debris off of this compressor. It was ran low after being in the body shop, and it was, I guess, charged in the body shop. And I believe this compressor might have a little damage. There's no noise, but I believe there's a little restriction on the in the ports inside the refrigerant tubes, accounting for this high side on this one. Because at this ambient temperature, this is not a normal temperature pressure that I usually see. And you know, I say don't go over pressures, but even if I go over to my car or any of the other Priuses that are in the shop, they'll all be like this one here. They won't be like this one here. This is unusually high. But yet, even though it's unusually high and it's both exactly the same charge, and this one has a DENSO condenser made in China. Too bad they don't make them in Japan anymore. They actually started cutting down on the refrigerant tube count, and the fin tube count when they made them in China. And this is also DENSO, made in China. Both of these condensers were replaced. This one I did back in 2018, and it has a junkyard compressor on it, but it has a new DENSO condenser. So both these have two new DENSO compressors, but yet the high side readings are drastically different. Duct outlet temperature are both exactly 42 degrees, and I get my normal Prius, like on every Prius. So as I tell, if you did it right, you get this. If you didn't do it right, you don't get that, unless you're in like the Arizona desert at 20% humidity. That's about it on this one, but I think that makes a good... Oh, I'm gonna have to take a second video because I didn't hook up my gauges for compressor discharge center temperature. We should see the compressor discharge temperature off this line much higher than this line. This is normal, this is not normal. All right, so expect a video number 2 coming up to show you the discharge line temperature.